Ball taken in by Dombrand. First big tackle coming in from Andy Christie. Care to Marler. Spoken about his propensity to turn up for these really big matches, the very significant games in which he tends to bring his very best. And Care looking for distance, picks out Alex Good, and Willy Vunipola is on the rumble, and he's trying to target Alex Dombrand straight up, one-on-one, the 2-8s.
It's a big collision, wasn't it? Not sure whether Dombrand was able to wrap his arms there.
Change of direction from Farrell. Here's Ben Earl. Tackle coming in, and the ball stolen by James Chisholm, who pops it away, and Marler has it, and he's looking to find Smith.
Over.
And Smith drives Harlequins forwards. And that's loose. And tidied by Good, but the Quins defenders beginning to swarm. And Saracens in a bit of a pickle inside their 22. And the drive is excellent. The counter-ruck is strong, and the penalty is Harlequins.
Well, what a physical start. They're off, though.
Taken quickly, here's Smith, dancing and diving, and Dombrand trying to draw the man, and powering onwards, and Harlequins are straight out of the blocks in the Tottenham Stadium.
Dislodges the ball on one of the key carriers, Ben Earl. Great hit, but then he stays alive, sees the ball, and then they're up and trying to move the ball. Does it well, and then as they kick through, they get the turnover penalty under pressure. Tap and go, and then while Saracens are trying to reorganise their defensive line, they create a one-on-one with Jamie George and Alex Dombrand. He uses his footwork and dodges back on the inside, has the length of arm and the wherewithal to place it. That's the perfect start.
Harlequins just picking up, he's got the kick as well, and twists him. That enables him to go back through and then chuck the pass. Dombrand goes over for the try. Sometimes you don't get away with that one, Ali.
Well, certainly a statement made by Quins in the opening moments. We'll settle a few of their nerves if there were some. And Marler's taking the fight to them again. As we've said over countless seasons, it's so important to ask questions of Sarries early on. If you allow them to get in front and start dictating terms, they are outstanding front runners. Ask them to chase the game. See what unfolds. Vunipola with the carry, and this time Quins not rolling away.
Vunipola, the Saracens back row are challenging Harlequins at the line, but at the moment
chose Dombrand twice.
Well, the early spoils have gone Dombrand's way, but here's Earl with the ball, and Tompkins driving into that defence. Fansale is waiting. Here's Christie playing with an advantage from the line-out infringement. Vunipola just pops it away. Fansale is there. Farrell now for Earl again. Ben Earl out of the match against Bristol here last time around, and back we go for that line-out penalty.
Yeah, contact in the air from Marler. The timings of the Harlequins player, and they get their shot for the corner again. It's accurate throwers, but they're down at 84%, usually much higher than that.
Christie providing the ball.
In 5.
And Jamie George poised. Smith having to creep a little closer to the maul. In come a couple of the backs, Maitland and Tompkins adding their ballast.
Advantage, offside,
Vunipola.
13.
Quins offside. Penalty given up.
Winning them on the 5-metre line.
He shifts right back to Quins.
Pressure building all the time though, isn't it? And Itoje arches his back, clings on. And again, George just inching this drive onwards. Quins stem the flow. Itoje trying to steal his way through the middle. Vunipola, another penalty given up by Harlequins. They have to be careful, quite so close to their own try line. Vunipola. Earl with the advantage, slips it away, and through they go. Lazowski has it.
Because he has to lean back so far, it allows them to go round to the right-hand corner, because all those Harlequins shirts are left in front of Maro Itoje. So they crack that side, they get it motoring towards the touchline. The Harlequins' defence is really, really good here, but they lose so many bodies at the bottom of that maul that as it comes out, the slight delay from Earl and the lift offload, and Lazowski goes over. Perfect response from the home team.
Alex Lazowski, big Tottenham Hotspurs fan. And an important moment for him here. Villafola's had the ball dislodged in the contact, and Marla's rumbling on. And Quins are camped again inside the 22. Northmore stopped.
Advantage now over for the knock.
Wilco Low barrelling his way onwards. He's done so well, he's got within 5. And then the ball is ripped. Thumped away, and Itoje doing some sterling work. David. Earl locked over the top of it. The penalty, though, given up by Saracens, not staying on their feet for long enough.
I've had a...
Jack Walker, ball in hand, himself back from England duty. Held in the air.
Don't hold the man in the air. Down straight away.
But you can't overdo it. You can't hold them up too long. It just has to be that fraction of a second.
Here's Caden Murley. Brought down by Max Malins. Just another of those fantastic one-on-one battles that we've got to look forward to this afternoon.
Harlequins use it.
Murley on the chase. Good. He's knocked that forwards, I think, and Quins have it anyway. And Wilco Low's going to work again. Such muscular work from the South African. Marla.
Ball is out.
Quick ball for Kerr. Smith. Short line from Dombrand, who spills. And the pressure from Christie.
The stats show that they score really early in the phase count. They don't often score very high in the phase count.
First scrum of the day. And it's secure from Saracens. The platform is there for Van Zyl, who had a look to that open side. Instead, it's to Alex Goods. It's an outstanding kick.
He was in line with it,
yeah,
to be fair.
And the line-out ball is secured by Itoje, and Billy Vunipola's putting pace on it. And here comes Saracens, tearing through the middle again. Up off the deck from Lazowski. It's all opening up, and Tompkins is in.
Handling. Everything hard at the line, no chance for defenders to recover. And then the ball out the back to Farrell. Lazowski comes on that tight line, but he doesn't panic. He knows he's got one on his outside. Yeah, Tompkins, I think, on his outside there. He just lifts the ball up and in he slides. Lovely line, gets chopped down, the ball pops up. Van Zyl's there.
So I think he's going to get. There he has. But the way that they get him through the tackle, that's when they get the subsequent ruck and they go on to score. It's clever attacking play, very difficult to defend if you execute at that level like Saracens did.
And let's not forget where it began. It began inside the Saracens 22, with the ball being whipped to the short side, and Alex Goods' terrific kick through.
Easy, you two, easy.
That ended up being a 50-22. Here's Nick David. Through the hole. Brought down by Tizard, former Harlequin.
Ball is out.
Ball is there for Kerr. Smith, change of plan. Trying to suck in those defenders and dabs it forwards, and it's a tricky one for Van Zyl, and he just lets it roll.
Really fast outside Marcus Smith, just to block out that route. That's why he had to come back to the blind side.
There's Northmore, and no room to move. A little bit of extra time being taken here by Jamie George. Is that on account of confusion? No, it's on account of accuracy, and Billy Vunipola is setting off again. And the ball stolen by Dombrand, affecting the turnover. Smith
50-22 is on.
drives it over the head of Maitland. Hasn't got the bounce he would have liked, or has he? He has. It's found Marchant, and Marchant couldn't find Northmore clean. Good
Taken in.
to Farrell.
Advantage over.
And David to Smith. Blanket of black shirts in front of him. Sets this one up for Nick David to chase. Looked to have measured that jump really nicely, but it's there for Tompkins. Smuggles it away to Vunipola. Already this field's looking quite broken. Quinn struggling to join themselves up defensively, and they found the edge here. Saracens, Malins to Murley, going nowhere with
Tackle.
Christie blocking his way. Van Sale in the backfield here. Oh, really clever. He might just gather this, Van Sale. There's a collision with Danny Kerr.
We've seen this before.
One of those
Van Sale straight out.
Such a great piece of skill, catch and kick in one motion.
You're reliant on the bounce of the ball, aren't you? There, both going towards the same ball.
Good, he's back on his feet, but I haven't seen it, mate, but I'm not seeing it as foul play. And if you're not, we're carrying on with the scrum. Are we happy?
Yeah.
Go. Scrum. Crouch.
A Sarri scrum on the Quins 10-metre line.
Bind. Set.
Malin's creeping across. He's at first receiver this time, and Tompkins, look at the leg drive and the strength in the carry. Setting Sarries firmly on the front foot. Good. For a minute there was a tiny chink of light. The tackle comes in from Marchant. Christie. Farrell. Riccioni. Big tackle from his opposite man, Vilko Low. Farrell to the line again, and Malins tearing forwards at some speed, and then the ball knocked out of Ivan Van Sale's hand. That's going to be yellow. Danny Kerr to the bin.
Lovely inside ball. Malins gets half through. Van Sale trying to get away. Just whether he would pulled it backwards, but the referee said no, slapped it out of his hands.
Got there eventually, and Van Sale is being carefully checked over as we speak. This is Vunipola on the gather. Sarri's hoping to make the most of their numerical advantage in this 8-minute period.
Just something Saracens are going to have to be careful of as the game goes on. It's just the threat of Dombrandt, Kenningham at the ball when they get isolated every single time they're getting hands over the ball. Saracens giving them a bit of their own medicine now as well.
Smith having to burrow in there. Kenningham. Esterhazy sends that a long way up. And Vunipola, cool as a cucumber, calls for the mark and is licking his lips at the prospect of this huge spiral he's about to unleash.
Not a chance anyone's wrestling that ball off him.
7.
Hey! Gets in field.
Good nudge, that.
Good. Smith darting past Davis, and Marchant goes to ground just infield.
This is when you get in danger of the counter-up, when you get someone in there who's not used to being a 9 and wants to take his time, and then the forwards switch off a bit. Really good chance to get some turnovers.
Smith sends it up in the absence, of course, of Kerr. Good. Bouncing off the challenge. Riccioni, little pop to his fellow prop. More ground to cover here for Smith. That's gone directly into touch. They're going onto the field at this point.
Big messages again for breakdown. You guys mentioned Don Brandt, and they're good over the ball, aren't they? So just some foundations regarding the breakdown, hitting that first guy that's coming to pinch the ball. I've got to say though, Billy Vunipola's punt, how good was it? Like, he does a lot of training actually. He's got a good drop punt, and I thought that was pretty good.
Well, all that work's paying off, Dan. Well done. Good stuff. Thanks for your time. Quins on the attack here, and set up by Chisholm, and the ball left hanging in the air.
Itoji's taking him off the ball, Itoji.
Esterhuizen has swept it up for Quins, and Smith once again playing 9. Trying to remind himself almost to head to the base of each ruck, and now he's trying to bring in Murley. Little tip on, nicely done from Chisholm to Canningham. Esterhuizen waits. Don Brandt just riding that challenge of Lazowski, but then there are a couple more defenders to cope with. Tompkins in amongst them. Walker pops it on its way. Any time spent in the opposition half whilst down a man is a bonus, and here come Quins through Marchant, trying to get that fend in on Farrell. Herbst carrying hard into Jamie George. The ball has that been ripped?
He's holding it on the floor.
Hands away, one! No, sorry side. He won the ball legally.
Saracens' ball, it's Itoji's ball allegedly. And they should be able to manipulate this to the point where the pressure is relieved. Davis, he's got underneath that a little bit. And, it's won by Murley, who has Malins onto him quickly, but Quins significantly back in possession. Marler. Canningham looking to move Vunipola off the ball. Esterhuizen holds on. Big tackle from Ben Earl. Dino Lamb. Crossfield from Smith to Marchant. Across comes Maitland. Beats one. Maitland goes back in as Lazowski was dodged. But they are camped in the 22 now, and Smith, he's looking for numbers and there aren't any. Canningham is caught.
No. No. Thanks, 10.
Marler enveloped by Itoji. Early. Comes Herbst to Wilco Low. Everyone having to adapt here in the absence of Danny Kerr. Through the middle they go. Esterhuizen sets it back, stolen by Farrell. Just not finding that accuracy of execution, Harlequins. And Vunipola holds it up before giving it to his brother. That's sent wide then by Maka Vunipola, and they're off through Malins. Really stretching his legs, tearing up that right-hand touchline. Alex Good is on the infield, and he's linking. He's not linking. Smith has it now.
Hands away!
Christie thought he'd affected the turnover.
Christie's off his feet. How can that go on?
Not sure how that was allowed to continue, but there we are. Tompkins for Malins. Earl. More and more resembling a game of sevens.
Yeah. There's another one.
A slap down on Davis is caught, and in the end, well, the penalty awarded to Saracens, and Farrell's done his bit. Turn, but he's got to wait a few more minutes. And so Saracens go to work with their extra man.
Number 5, crossing. After the kick. I'll give you a minute.
Sent high and handsome by Esterhuizen.
The average ruck speed's really slow for Quins. They need Danny back on, and now they've got, what have they got, 10 minutes to try and up the tempo. get back into this game before half-time.
Don Brandt the target. Smith to the line. Marchant. David. Smith again, throws the dummy, heads through the hole, caught by the collar. Vilko low. And Luke Pearce takes a tumble.
Oh, the ref's going to need some treatment here.
At him, know that he likes to go to the outside, so they start moving to the outside. What that creates is a little channel for him to go back against the grain, and if you get runners around him, then it's really easy to break that channel.
Penalty to Quins. Craig talking about that lovely piece in the Times with Marco Riccioni. Could use a score here, Quins.
In 5.
Ball gathered in by Kenningham, and Kerr sets off, and Esterhuizen is on that short line. The crash ball, Vilko Low being used as a battering ram also. More fast ruck ball for Danny Kerr, always to that shorter side, and Smith, oh, David, I think overran it. The ball's gone forwards.
They get really quick ball, just fluff their lines in the final stage.
That can do over the course of 80 minutes up at Kingston Park last night, where Gloucester created and didn't finish.
No!
They don't give you anything for free, Sarries, though, do they? Even when it looks like a lost cause, they'll still fight to the very end.
Marchant. Maitland's found a way through to him. Marchant, in the end, held by Ben Earl.
Onside, please. Blue boots. Okay, 9.
Chisholm.
With Herbst, he's not the most mobile in and around there. At the moment, they're just shifting them one way. As soon as those key defensive jumpers move, Saracens come forward into the space they've just left.
Dino Lamb doing everything in his powers to find a way through the Itoje grasp and the smuggle away through Earl to Van Sale. Once more a tester for Marchant. Takes it really well. Tompkins cleared away. Chisholm with a powerful surge. Kerr, Kenningham, Smith. And Esterhuizen into Farrell, who goes back in for a second helping.
He was annoyed by that. Farrell swung a bit of an arm at him.
Smith again, this time a little jab forwards, and Murley's after it. Van Zale sets Saracens up again. Tompkins to Billy Vunipola, lovely handling. Lazowski, Maitland, Malins. Brought down by Northmore, gets up, goes again. Quick from Van Zale to Earl. And Sarries now back in the sort of area of the field in which they can strike. Van Sale once again puts a little bit more width on it. Maka Vunipola this time with the handling. Tompkins accelerates. Maitland draws the man. Christie! Poetry!
Esterhuizen's carry superb. Gets high on Farrell. Farrell has to go back and have another go at him. Gets onto the ball. But this from Billy Vunipola. Absolutely brilliant as that shot tackle comes in at his knees. They drag wide, and what I love about this Saracens team is they don't get white line fever. When they make a mistake, it doesn't affect them. They've got themselves the field position. Another loose ball. This time Mako Vunipola picks it up, tries to emulate his brother, but just so many numbers, having dragged Harlequins from one side to the other. They preserve that space and just pick off those final defenders, and Christie's got the pace in the wide channel.
Just missed it this time, Farrell, and applying the physicality and then the space. Quins look out on their feet. They need half-time to regroup.
Vunipola has had the bit between his teeth today, hasn't he? In the carry.
Well, there you go.
And obviously with those little soft touches too.
Yeah, 1.7 ruck speed for Sarries. That's fast. Really quick. Impossible to get that six-man frontline defensive line.
Onside, please. Joe, onside, please.
Just as a measurement, Quins have the second fastest ruck speed across the Premiership inside the opposition half at 2.7. So a whole second quicker here today for Sarries. Here's Nick David trying to salvage something from this first half for Quins.
Big tackle from Itoje, very isolated a bit against a quicker player.
Northmore held by Tompkins, who's straight in to compete, and he's secured the ball for them. George to Lazowski. Smith with the gather, but he's in trouble because Maitland is straight onto him. And once more, Quins are on the back foot, feverishly trying to protect this ball. Marler carries it up. Word there for Tompkins, whose tackle and competition over the ball was so instrumental.
9.
Talk about him a lot, don't we, in terms of punching more than his weight. Everything he does is done with so much purpose.
Oh, they're off.
Cross line 58.
They really are trying to put a marker down here, Sarries.
Malins exploiting that wide channel, pops it infield for Tompkins. That ball doesn't stick, but it won't necessarily matter. Back comes Malins the other way. Oh dear, Joe Marler won't like seeing that too much, I suspect, later. Brilliant from Malins, and Sarries building again. Lovely handling. Vunipola to Lazowski. Little show of the ball on the outside. This time it's knocked on by Tompkins inside the 22, and that will bring this half to a close. Saracens enjoying themselves. Super miserly, and they've been looking very, very good.
Yeah, it's been a different level, hasn't it, to even what we've seen through the season.
They can overturn this. They can launch a fight back that is meaningful from here.
Be interested to see if Esterhuizen off the base. So they go Dombrandt, Esterhuizen, or they get the ball out the back to Smith. There's so many options here for them. Off from the base. If he gets off from the base and moves too far sideways, it just enables the defence to come forward and take off the running time of Esterhuizen. Esterhuizen's the key here. He's almost impossible to leave as a carrier, and Smith will be out the back from him. Got to give him enough time on the ball. There you go.
Here he is, first receiver, and just thundering forwards. Lovely ball for Kerr. Vilko Low, who's so often that secondary carrier. Certainly that's been the way this afternoon. They're playing with an advantage, and they're working it through. Esterhuizen again. What a tackle that is from Lazowski. But the power and the surge, have they got the grounding? They're held up.
Does really well Vunipola there, because it looked like his arms are free of the tackle.
It was remarkable from a number of players, wasn't it, there?
This is Harlequins' best position, is that they love a centre field scrum more than anyone else.
Options available, the ball kept in. Van Sale trying to put the pressure on. Here's Smith, goes wide. Murley, in he goes! Through Malins and beyond.
It's his weight, really low centre of gravity. Look how as he gets near the line, he just drops his weight down on top of Malins. Malins can't get a decent bounce hit on him to force him towards the touchline. Just steps back with that upper arm right into Malins and keeps the leg drive.
Yeah, he's got it. Cool. But that is a brilliant pass. Really good pass out in front of everyone. The Quins are back in it.
Yeah, pinpoint perfect. Has that gone for no? It's gone backwards. And Quins can thump it clear. Thanks to Northmore. Billy Vunipola thinking about another rumble. Up goes the spiral bomb from Farrell. It's got a swirl. And Smith takes it and then looks for the width. Northmore. Herbst to Kenningham. How important, by the way, was that initial fumble from the restart?
Use it.
Giving Harlequins their platform to ultimately capitalise. This is Malins off his knee, bouncing into Jack Walker. Smith holds it back for Esterhuizen this time, and Nick David slips past Maitland.
Advantage over from the knock.
Lovely inside ball, Dombrandt. That telepathy still evident between 8 and 10. Kerr, low, rumbles into Itoje. Smith again, Esterhuizen, shape to pass. Herbst waits. Low again, Smith. Once more that line from Dombrandt, it has gone forwards and Saracens will chance their arms
for a second, but he's so desperate to start making things happen for him again. He's almost putting too much pressure on those around him to deliver him the pass.
Number 3, head on head.
The Saracens again weather the storm inside their 22. Two dummy jumpers, Kenningham just about getting it away, but Danny Kerr is caught.
Part of the tackle.
Knock-on advantage being played here. Kerr to the air. Marchant at high speed towards Maitland, who does well. Dombrandt for a moment thought it was his. Itoje.
Inside, please. Make sure you're on, please. Okay, sorry, he's used it.
In comes David.
Backwards.
Knock on off black.
And to handle the Sarries' physicality.
Having said that, Chisholm's made a couple of turnovers himself. Got Kenningham on there as well, who gives him that threat. But you want the fresh legs, you want someone with that direct approach to the breakdown.
Northmore, he's left it hanging, it's been swept up by Van Sale, and the accuracy not quite there for Quins. Saracens looking to capitalise, Malin sets off. Van Sale to Vunipola, to Farrell, holes opening up here, Riccioni rumbling onwards. Brought down by Kenningham, but the ball is fast and Malins is asking awkward questions again. Quick ball for Earl. Van Sale in support. Quinn scrambling. Space on the outside maybe. Here's Maitland, head down. 4 metres, 3 metres out. Vunipola now. Ilko Low stands in his way. Riccioni, little tip on for Vunipola, nice footwork from the Sarries number 8. Van Sale wants it. Farrell. Lazowski swings it wide to Malins. Work to do. Oh, bundled in no uncertain terms by Caden Murley. And the ball has been snatched.
Murley is winning that battle at the moment, isn't he? Tremendous.
Onside 4, please. 4 onside.
Absolutely critical tackle from the Quins winger, and I think it was Esterhuizen who did the dirty work on the ground as well, stealing the ball.
Tackle by 7 black there, Luke.
And Ben Earl has now been penalised.
Malin steps back inside.
It's gone. So look, we spoke about taking breakdown and just about where we can slow their ball down when they get into their multi-phase.
And on that note, we were just discussing a moment or two ago the deployment of Will Evans, the timing of that. Has that been a discussion point recently in the coaching box?
Yeah, certainly. I think his attributes, especially around the breakdown, both defensively and offensively, is going to be crucial. I think James is going pretty well at the moment. He gives us a lot of carry. We just can't do that, mate. Like that there is just killing us at the moment. This is
interesting, isn't it? Because quite obviously recent results been weighing heavily on the squad. It does lead to a different sort of mindset. Have you got the necessary reserves to pull it right back? Tompkins for good on halfway. Tackle made by Northmore. Quick from Van Sale. Maitland. Itoje. Nice footwork through the gain line. Tompkins. I think was intended for Riccioni. Instead, it's there for Smith, who thought about giving that to Caden Murley. He might still.
Almost got away there.
Herbst. Sets the target in the middle of the field. Kerr draws in one or two defenders. Vilko Low again.
He's carried well, hasn't he?
Sent forwards, he really has. Oh, that's loose though. And a bit of an emergency job being done. And sufficient work from Nick Tompkins.
So gets the ball spilt, but
Here's
Sarries have
Ben Earl
gone quick.
approaching the 22 and keeping it alive. Sarries operating at lightning speed at the moment. Fansale for Billy Vunipola. You sense that they sense they need to just draw the sting from this extra bit of bounce from Quins. Farrell wrapped up, frees the arms. Tompkins to Malins. He's going to have a little crack. Dabs it forwards. Oh, what a tackle that was from Nick David, but kept alive. And Riccione finds Itoje. Little glimpse of some brilliant individual skill. Lovely from Vunipola. Christie again pops it inside. Maitland's over. And when it matters.
We spoke about Will Evans. The speed of the rucks that are happening now for Sarries are really quick because no one's getting over the ball for Quins. That means that they can go through stand-up multi-phases. Lovely little knee through there from Malins. Great tackle, as you said. But he stays on his feet and recycles. And this is such nice play from Christie. Gets to the outside. He tries to defend early. Then he knows he doesn't need it and just leaves the ball back in the pocket for Maitland to go over. Time for Will Evans to come on.
Great hands from Vunipola there just to pop it straight through, wasn't it? Not take away any of the meters on the outside, any sort of space.
Oh, nearly got there, Smith, to block it.
Yeah, Evans replacing Chisholm, and this time the restart gathered with greater surety by Alex Good.
Double roll,
But then the roll from Billy Vunipola allows
Try and take him out of the picture.
Lewington for Maitland. Walker picks out Canningham in the line-out.
More in 5.
Esterhazen lurks. His time is fast approaching.
Stop, Quins.
Here he comes. Takes 3 men to stop him barrelling forwards, but he's got within 2 meters. Someone's lost a boot, no matter. Kerr darting and held by Riccione. Feeds it back.
Offside black in front of the back post.
Penalty given up here.
4 I got.
Quins with an advantage.
Advantage, Quins. Offside.
Marler stands over it. Vilko Low asked to work those giant quads of his. Nice transfer from Esterhazen. Here's Smith, swings it out wide. Marchant darting and held. And once again, Sarri scramble defence, outstanding. Jack Walker assisted by Evans. Harlequins lining up the options left and right. Vilko Low again.
Release that forward.
Itoje has to move himself. Still playing with that advantage, remember, Harlequins. Danny Kerr, Smith. Whipped wide by Esterhazen. Murley asked the question again. Such strength! What a finish that is if he's got that down.
Ball backwards over the line with him. The ball over the top, just a little bit too much trajectory, which allows Malins to get back out there. And then takes him on. The ball looks hidden, but just pops out there. It's got to be something conclusive.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
try.
it's a try.
It's good.
Yeah, really good, boys. Tries all good.
Do you think Murley's trying to prove a point today?
Well, that little
He's done
one-on-one battle has, for the most part, been won by the Harlequin, although Malins has shown flashes of his own, but not selected by Steve Borthwick. This one's just a little wide from Smith.
Just need to camp and keep that threat as far away as possible, because their scramble defence, Saracens, has been really good.
Powerful stuff from Northmore. Look at that. He's gone a full 12-15 metres from inside the 22. Early chasing this, and Alex Good claiming it very effectively. It's there for Fansale.
Onside, Quins. Go.
Kazikwe has been brought on, and Will Collier for Wilco Lowe for Quins. Okay. David. Off. A little break from Nick David. Kerr wants territory. Rolls it forwards. Good anticipates. Pressure from Ezekwe. Fonsale takes it on the full, and now Farrell heads it up, and Northmore's caught Owen Farrell there.
What is he doing? He brings his arm down to him, to his throat. I think it could be a red, that. Well, it doesn't quite catch him, does it? Goes over the shoulder.
Time off a second.
He knows it.
Time off.
And it looks
not like that.
One arm comes down a lot quicker than
it does, doesn't it? Jamie George takes aim, and Andy Christie has it. And it's with George now. And George is heading for the try line. So to Ben Earl, the penalty given up. And the pressure just too much. Too much for Quins to handle. Itoje has it.
They just don't let Harlequins settle as soon as Jamie George breaks out. The speed of response from his forwards, who are all in front of him with his eyes facing the wrong way. Itoje gets up. Bowie comes, makes a really good turnout clearance, and then Itoje back to his feet again, having cleared out that first ruck. And the speed, nothing the Harlequins players can do to get their bodies set. And that power means Ezekwe drives Itoje over.
Beautiful kick. Again, we've seen that efficient, clinical edge to Mark McCall's side. Ezekwe with the athleticism here. Earl. Front foot ball. Farrell, the spiral bomb attempted. Not quite the spiral this time. Taken by Smith. Calls for the mark, sets off. Knows he's got to try and spark something. Maybe he's done just that. Nick David. Through the hole, and he's away, Nick David! From one end of the pitch to the other! Speed of thought from Marcus Smith.
He just touched the front side of the line.
So the fielder plays a knock on.
No, he knows just before.
Crucial intervention from Malins. Gets back, bats away the fend. But just gets it stuck under his body, can't keep that right arm free. Twists slightly.
The determination of Max Malins. Given the context, Quins will really feel that keenly. It's there to be one, though. Looks like Danny Kerr's dropped on it for Harlequins. There may still be opportunities here. Taken up by Sam Riley. He's come on for Jack Walker at hooker. Kerr, Marla. Stopped by Ezekwe.
Farrell's down. Looks serious as well.
Yeah, he doesn't stay down for long if it isn't. We know that much. He's hobbling back into position as Quins look to build again. Marlowe takes man and ball. Itoje.
Knock on.
17-point deficit. Not to mention the Northmore yellow.
Another one of his centre field scrums. Big blind side again.
Looking to squeeze out the penalty here if possible. Harlequins, it's spitting out for Kerr. Esterhazen for David. Checks his run. Taylor makes the tackle. Kenningham.
Tackle, knees on the ground.
Christie has to release. Billy Vanapola has a little dabble. And this is Collier, caught man and ball. Ben Earl has to give it up. The point is being made, though, by Quins. Every single ball is being scrapped for on the deck. Don Brandt, lovely handling from Smith. Marchant coming flying through. Tompkins thought he had it for a minute.
Hands on the floor.
Hands in the ruck. Kerr sets off. Danny Kerr over the top, intercepts.
Yellow card.
Yellow card.
Christie
to the bin. 14 aside. In third, Saints, of course, take on Irish this afternoon at Brentford. are in fourth on 48 points. And it's popped away by Dombrandt to Kerr. And here's Esterhuizen, but again there are enough men there. This time Earl and Tompkins combining. Another thunderous run from Dombrandt. What an angle that was. Out it comes, Smith checks. Heads straight in the end. Kerr again, crossfield. Got to climb over the top here. Yes! The score from Joe Marchant.
But Kerr spots it, not really much on to pass, but that ball is just superb. Absolutely on the money. Nothing good can do there. He's lost, but would have made contact in the air anyway, so could have been a penalty try, which would be an automatic yellow card.
Okay. Is your clock the same as TV, isn't it?
Well, instead it's a much tougher conversion, of course. It's set off a long way wide. Prepared to relinquish that question. Dog with bone, and who can blame him? Northmore on the gather, back on the pitch again, having served his time. Saracens will be underpowered for the remainder of the contest, remember. Theo Dan and Jackson Ray have joined their ranks.
I think he wanted to keep that on the field. In the context of the last 5 minutes, if they are going to get the win or another point.
Flag, so no 50-22.
Dino Lamb did well, but ultimately it's taken on by Alec Clary, who's replaced Riccioni on the Sarries tight head. And here's Alan Davis. Beard watches, Beard claims it, and there's great strength and fabulous stepping right up until the drop. That was outstanding. As it stands, this of course will ensure Saracens have a home semi-final, something which I think everybody understood would happen regardless of the outcome here today, probably. Here's Taylor. Jackson Ray. This is Theo Dan, dynamic carrier. We've seen his power on display many times. Very effective in the loose, but the ball is free, and it was there to be won. It's been knocked forwards, though, by Quins.
What Quins would do for one more here, get them back to within 7, an extra bonus point could be absolutely crucial. They're going to have to force the turnover first and defend the line.
A scrum penalty for Sarries. Wide, Rabbit to pull out of the hat.
No, he was behind it.
Quick ball,
He was behind
Baxter
it.
on the march, up to the 10-metre line. Fired away by Evans, and Nick David is hopping and skipping and trying to move into that wide channel. Baxter driven back this time, and the ball dislodged. And one more knock on.
Crouch. Bind.
Rest assured, the clock that you are seeing bottom left of your screen is accurate. So we're into the final minutes, and Saracens have another penalty. Will eliminate Quins from the playoff race. Itoje gathers it. Theo Dan here for Saracens.
Down by Black first, I got down by
For
Black.
a final layer of polish to this performance. Tompkins. There'll be no final polish, but that was a performance of real quality from Saracens regardless. 5 tries.